can't hear me.
But you're gonna. No, we do hear you.
You guys can hear me, but you won't get feedback there. Ooh, all right.
What? What?
Yes.
Really?
Listen, Chris, I told you the last time.
Oh my God.
I said, give me 6 or 7 years. I need a little bit of a break.
That's what it was, really, right?
Remember that?
When was our last show?
I think I remember saying, listen, give me 5 or 6 years. And I remember saying, when we come back, it's going to be like it was that quick. And here we are.
Yes. I remember you said that.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, you know why, Chris? Because when people talk, you listen. Especially your friends, Chris.
Yeah. I've noticed that. But I don't talk too much. That's the problem.
No, that's the best part about you.
Yeah. We were just having a little discussion about Oh, I love this part here, man.
Listen.
It's just sick.
Oh, wait for the drums. Here we go.
Oh, I blew it.
What happened? Here we go.
Wow. Now, how did they come up with that, Rob? Who comes up with that idea to make it just like stop it?
Now, Chris, and also, are we streaming right now, Chris, live?
We are streaming live. You ready to come on camera?
No, not yet. Where can you find us live right now, Chris?
Right now, it's on my Facebook page.
On Chris DePiero's Facebook.
And I'm trying to look for the share post.
Are you Chris DP? What's your Facebook now, Chris?
That's it, Chris DP.
Chris DP.
D-E-P.
Did you refresh? Hold on, Holly's looking for it.
What did you call me?
What?
Refresh. There we go.
Holly's saying she doesn't see it on your page, Chris.
All right. Are we friends?
You are friends with Chris, right, Holly?
Copy link, friends profile. Here we go. I'm going to type in your name.
All right, hold on.
Rob Meyer. I'm going to type on Holly. I'm going to tag you guys.
Chris is going to tag us. Todd's looking too.
What a great surprise that Todd is there.
Yeah, because he's all over the place. I won't give up too much of his personal information. He's very private.
Is he?
Yep. Chris, as soon as I start talking, I start making notes.
Well,
I'm a bevy of notes over here.
A bevy.
Mm-hmm. Here's your favorite part, Chris.
Here we go. I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, I don't know. Is that it?
Is that genius or what?
Yeah. All right. I just tagged you guys. See if it's on your page on.
Is it on my page, Holly? Let's see. What's it say? Content not available. Are you friends there with Chris? Really?
What's your privacy thing on? Anything like
Oh, my privacy. Hold on. Let's see. Stand by.
I can try going on your page, Rob.
Yeah, go to my page. That's what we want you to do. I'm going to check my privacy now, Chris. And I don't know if we have anybody viewing yet, but if you do, this is part of the charm of. Stand by, please. Hold on.
I can't wait for you to say it. What do you call this type of media?
Hero. This content isn't available. All right, stand by. This might be in my settings. You're still there, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm checking my settings too.
Chris?
Hello?
Chris, you there?
Check. I'm here. Can you hear me? Come on. Something's going on. Wait a second. I heard somebody pop in. Who popped in? Oh. Oh! Little preview. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me, Rob? Can you hear me, Robbie? Bobby. There it comes again.
Checo.
I hear you. I got you. Here it comes again. Third time. When this happens, it's usually because the owner only shared it to a small group of people. Bobby. Hello. Checo.
All right, there we go. Now I know you can hear me. Hello, Chris.
Hello. Is it on any of your pages? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear myself in an echo, though.
Okay, stand by, please.
Bye.
Okay. No, I'm on my AirPods. I hear you for a second, but then you go out.
Me.
Hold on. Hello.
Yeah, now you're sounding very good.
Are you getting feedback now?
No feedback.
Oh, beautiful. All right, this is great. Now Holly and Todd can hear you. Okay.
Is it on any of the pages that you guys have?
No, hold on. I'm checking my privacy. Hold on. Here we go. Settings. That's a great theme song, Chris.
It just doesn't get old.
Literally. Okay, let's see. I'm in my settings. Settings and privacy.
Okay, try it now.
Try it now, Hal.
One more time.
All
We're so
right, here we
close.
go. Now we're live, Chris. Let's go.
Are we? We're up on the page?
Yes.
We're officially on your Facebook page.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
We're rocking and rolling.
Holy cow,
Hello,
guys!
I haven't been in Facebook in a long time, Chris.
We have a viewer already.
Really?
We're waiting for comments. Yes,
now
guys.
The MEYERVILLE logo. That's good.
We are back with MEYERVILLE, and let me introduce to you the star of the show, Mr. Rob Meyer.
Chris, are you there?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Beautiful. I'll get closer to the microphone. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Oh, I think we got everything working now, Mr. Meyer.
Oh, boy. Let's set the clock ticking here. Tick, tick, tick.
You know what?
Chris,
I don't know if we had many listeners in the beginning, but how long has it been, Rob?
Chris, it's been about 5.5 years, give or take. Who's counting, right? Who's counting? But it's been, look at how beautiful you are. It's been about 5.5 years. And I think, Chris and I don't like, a lot of people love this shit, like behind the scenes, and, everybody wants the extra features and and I'm like, I'm good with that. I like the illusion. I don't need to let you behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because then what's the point of you watching my magic? You get what
Yes.
I'm saying? Yeah. No, I'm good. You stay. I'll be the scene.
Okay.
You stay right. You stay way in front of the scenes. I don't need you behind me.
Well, I'm
Like
gonna go behind
I'm
right
cool with
now.
that. Yeah, but I will say, Chris, I'll go a little behind the scenes in that about five. Who's counting? But about 5 years and 23 days ago, I said to Chris, I go, I love Meyerville, and Chris, I started making a list. Chris, are you still there, Chris?
I am here.
Chris knows I love my yellow notepad.
I use them now, and I think of you all the time, Rob.
I started making a list, Chris, because I feel like Meyerville. And you know what's funny? And my good friend and a friend of the show, Todd Taglieri. I mean Todd T. I mean T. Taglieri.
You
Nope.
just doxed them. You doxed
I
them.
know he's not supposed. I'm not supposed to say either one of those. But a good friend of the show, TT. Sure, remain nameless. Let's just put it to you that way. He. What the hell was the point of bringing him up, Chris?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm like Biden. Seriously. Yeah, I am, but I'm not giving up like him.
No. You got to go back to what you started talking about when you first came on, and I almost had it too.
No, I'm sticking to it. I was telling Todd that, and like I'm telling you, I don't like this behind the scenes shit. But I will say, I can remember saying about 5 years ago, where do we take it from here? Like, and I might be Chris, and and I'll tell anybody that wants to listen. You can't find somebody more modest than me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's more about being like, I'm thinking about being the most modest. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I aim for that,
Yeah.
And as modest as I work to be, the show got to the point where it was like, where do we go from here? And I remember thinking to myself, all the greats must have felt this at some point, And a big part about being it's true, Chris, because a big part about finding a true point of being humble is you say, who was humble? Stradivarius, when he made the violins.
Yeah.
Who was humble? Henry Ford. Who was humble? Mercedes and Benz. And to have those two guys hanging out together and they happen to make a car is wild when you think about it.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? If I want to be as humble as them, and I thought about the great Coca-Cola.
Love it.
And Coca-Cola is like, how can you get better than Coca-Cola?
Can't.
And you know what No, you can't. And you know what Coca-Cola did? We'll just remove ourselves from the market. See ya. And then they became new again by just reintroducing themselves. Eddie Vedder said it. He changed by not changing at all.
Changed by not changing. Yes.
At all.
Now, are you talking about the old Coke going to new Coke, or?
No, they brought that out for a little while.
They brought back the classic. Thank God.
Big time. We didn't bring out a new Meyerville, but hey, listen. Also, too, and I'm being dead serious here because I joke around sometimes, but I like to get a little bit self-aggrandizing as part of the shtick.
Right.
But when you look at what we were doing, and you realize we were doing this show 11 years ago, Chris. And when you look at what we were doing 11 years ago, and you can see it all on YouTube, really groundbreaking, and still some of my favorite shows. With the great, with the great John Placino, of course.
Yes. You had some great guests that came on, some of your very interesting friends, musician I recall, but I will never forget the night that you did your interpretive dance. I mean.
Okay, you're not going to believe me. I got an email the other day about the interpretive dance, about that interpretive dance when I wrapped myself in the green.
Yes, the green
People,
screen that we had, and you were coming out of
a
a
cocoon.
cocoon. Yeah,
So Chris, listen,
and it was awesome.
it
It
was it
was,
was really good.
it was, yeah. It
It was
seemed
really,
like you
really good.
rehearsed that. I heard about it for so long, and then boom, next thing I know,
I
it's
rehearsed it a
happening.
lot.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I, re- I really did.
Guys, leave a comment if you watch and say hello. It's Rob Meyer is back with Meyerville.
So listen, I know you have a big show. I know it's all about me tonight, but it could be a little bit about you too. And I know you're coming live from the office up in Guttenberg.
Yes,
And let me tell you something, dude.
yes,
I hear they have amazing food. And
it is.
people from North Hudson are so judgy. So when you start hearing like people like I'm talking to people and they're like people that are hard it's hard for them to give compliments
Mhm.
are complimenting the office like in a big way, which is really cool.
I've eaten there a bunch of times, you can imagine, and everything I've had is just fantastic. I want to have it again, but I want to go through the menu at least a little. And they got things happening there all the time, bingo and trivia night and live music. You should go up as Ross Van Leuven and do a set.
The other day Todd brought up Ross Van Leuven, and the kids bring it up every once in a blue moon, because that was a hell of a show. And I'll tell you what, for a one-off, if you were lucky enough to be in the crowd that night, Chris, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know. I think you saw something different and cool and immersed, being in Tony and Tina's wedding, interactive stuff, and learning from the best, like
Like
Mark
you.
Nasser.
Yeah.
So, well, you were in Tony and Tina's wedding. That is awesome.
I that was one of my favorite things, and I brought my dad out as I was the priest, Chris, the guitar
Yes,
playing priest,
Father Mark.
Father Mark. Does the priest usually play a guitar?
No, no. Barry, the best man, usually is the guitar player.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so that was a challenge of a role. Then I was
So,
combining.
yes, as a director, I can make some certain changes and stuff. So,
Well,
uh,
you're a great director. Nobody's better to work for than you. Chris, I highly recommend if you do go to the office, and even if you're just going up to listen to Chris's amazing podcast up there on Tuesday night. Am I right?
yeah, I try and do 2 hours, Rob, and
Wow.
it's not. I just nonstop talking,
No
and I
kidding.
just I'm just programmed to try and not even stop talking. You know what I mean?
That's incredible.
Yeah, I jot down a few things, and anyway, it's about Meyerville tonight, though. And since we were talking about Ross Van Leuven, look at this guy.
Oh, wow. Look how slim I
Yeah,
am.
singing Serbian Nights.
Let's hear it. Oh, yeah. Did I color my hair darker that night, or was my hair? I seem to be a little more gray now, Chris.
Yeah, aren't we all?
It
Now,
really is funny.
just to to give a little background, when we came up with this idea, Rob had to write some original songs, and he came up with Serbian Nights. How'd you come up with Serbian Nights, Rob? It's
You
just,
know, all right. So,
I mean, it
Chris,
sounds like a great song, man.
it's a good song, Chris. Serbian Nights.
Is it a
What's it got to
love
do with me?
song?
Huh?
Is it a love song?
Yeah. Yeah. It's my mustache is very thick and healthy.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I still have that guitar, Chris.
that's a beautiful guitar, Rob.
So, Serbian Nights, Chris, came from the idea. It's the '90s, and you have a unique perspective, I think, from the '90s because you're more of an '80s kid.
Yeah,
I mean, how
graduated in
old?
'84, so I was 18 in '84. So I was
Yeah,
just
you
becoming
were
an adult in the middle of it. You know?
right. So 1990, you're like 26,
Yeah,
24.
I don't know. I just said yeah.
One of those numbers. 18 plus the other number.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
guess.
you're like mid-20s, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if anybody didn't know, Chris used to walk around like the Caucasian Lenny Kravitz. You would have that leather
I
vest.
wish, man.
Oh, please. Chris would walk around, he was all ripped and cut. This is how I remember it. I'm not saying it's true,
Uh,
but he would be very ripped and he would have like the leather, just the vest and like nipple. Did you have a nipple ring?
two,
Okay.
but
And the
on
leather.
two on the same nipple though. Two on the same nipple, not like
See, what
one
did I
on each
tell
one.
you, man? You were like a very much like a young Lenny Kravitz. You were so hot.
I was on the
You're
Jane show. They came down. I almost dated Jane. Remember that talk show, Jane, about the little. Uh, I don't know. She was a talk show host, young, and she came down
really.
to Powwow, and they did a whole segment on.
Chris was a co-owner and partners, sort of. And when I say partners, if you say, "Hey, Chris, you want to," you know, and if it's his friends, he's going to be all on board, and that was fun. And that's sort of how we became friends. I mean, you were a legendary older guy, not older like that way, but older than me at the time. So even when we were young, you were older, even though you were much younger than you are now. But uh, Chris had a restaurateur amongst other things.
A restaurant.
I used to say to myself,
Beverage. Yes, self.
with all the chicks this guy must be dating, how does he have time to get interested in this restaurant? That's what I
I,
would think to myself.
you know, Tommy did all the work.
And
You
Kenny,
know, my brother bought it first. It was his first, and then I started working there, and I didn't know how to make a friggin' hamburger, Rob. I didn't know how to make eggs. People coming in
oh,
there asking for an egg, and I was making it for the first time.
oh my
So,
God,
the guy's telling me how to fucking crack the egg. I'm so sorry I cursed.
it's okay.
All right.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I didn't like the cold, and I had to open up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning in the freezing cold, trying to open up the door with the two locks, one on the bottom,
Nah,
one, and
no,
then
thank
going in.
you.
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
No,
But then,
thank you.
then me and Tommy bought it from my brother, and we had it for a little while. I just
Tommy
ate a
was
lot of free
Tommy.
sandwiches.
Tommy was phenomenal. It would be nice. Chris would roll in at lunchtime like a celebrity almost in many ways. It was nice. And then what's up with Kenny nowadays, Chris?
Kenny is doing well. I haven't seen him in a while, but I keep in touch with him. I always mention him to my nephew, and he loves his uncle Kenny. And I tell him all the good times that we had growing up, and Kenny was the best, man. And
Kenny's a
he's
great
doing
guy.
really well. Yeah, he has a family and everything, and
He was always a very genuine guy.
oh yeah, he was very truthful, and he
Yeah.
would express. Big Giant fan, big Giant fan.
Oh, big time. Big time. I'm still watching sports, Chris. I'm holding on tight. I know a lot of people are against it, but sorry.
What sports?
Yeah. People don't
Oh,
like sports. Yeah.
what kind of people
Absolutely.
are against sports, Rob?
You know what kind, Chris.
I do. I'm so sorry.
I think you really know what kind of people are against sports, Chris, when you think about it, right?
Yes.
So Chris, I will tell you, a couple of things have changed since the last time we've taken live to the air. Do we have any viewers, Chris? Because I know now it's a lot about people will take clips and put me on TikTok and stuff, and I don't
Right.
mind that.
Yes, there's two people watching. It says
All right,
two
let's go.
viewers at least.
It's
And
one more than what I need.
yeah, you got double. You
Excellent.
already can say I doubled my viewers.
We doubled our audience.
Oh, sorry.
Doubled
Oh,
up.
wait. Yes, Holly Meyer. She commented by saying comment. Antonio Delgado. How you guys
Fender.
doing?
Wow, Fender.
Fender, the famous Fender. I remember when Fender was born.
Jeez, Louise. And it's great because they all have the names of the cars, Chris.
Yeah.
You got Bumper,
Yes.
Fender.
Yes.
You got Hubby.
Yep. Hubcap.
Yep. And then you have Rudy, they tried to make Spark Plug and it never worked.
Really?
Yes, yes, the young brother.
I don't know. I kind of like Sparkplug.
I like it too, but it's almost like it never stuck. Rudy was Rudy, and that was it.
That's
And I
rude.
love those guys. You know what's weird, Chris, and I'm sure you've observed this, like from 18 to even 30 felt like an eternity, and it was 12 years. But from like 30 to 50 or 60 or whatever we're getting to now, it's like,
Yeah. And, you count the number of years you think you got left to enjoy life fully, without having a major injury or a limp or this or that.
Chris, I think we're both teachers. We'll both have a pension. I think we find one more teacher who we can dominate, and we do a pact, and the three of us move in with each other. We each have our
Okay.
own room. We each have our own rooms and our own area, but that way we could share the help. You know what I'm saying? Like we could share the how whatever whoever needs to come in to help us.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes to that, I'll move in with you guys.
Right? Like maybe
Why
me, you,
not?
and
I
Eric.
mean, I'm a single person right now, and
You love that though, don't you?
I don't know. You meet people in your life sometimes, and you kind of like, especially as you get older. You're looking for something, and then it comes along, and sometimes it never comes along, but this time it came along. I had a very interesting summer. I don't want to talk about it. I'll talk about it later.
Wait, what came along though? Are you in love?
What is that? Who is that? Jonas?
Todd. No,
That was Todd.
Jonas is out at the movie with all of my friends.
Oh yeah.
Jonas came to work with me now. He was a student at my school. So he became friends with all my coworkers.
Sure.
Tonight they all want to go see the new Alien movie. I said, "Oh, I'll go." He ghosted me in real time. You know how people do that? Like you say something to them and they pretend like they just didn't hear you and they just keep moving on with their life.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Wow.
And then I had Holly mention it to him. And he goes like, "Oh, I didn't hear that you mentioned you wanted to go." I go, "Yeah, I did." He goes, "Oh, I didn't hear that." And that was it. There was no like follow up. Like, "You want to come?" He was just
So
like, "I
you.
didn't hear that." But he's making his own friends now, Chris.
But your son is hanging out with your friends right now?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I guess they're our friends,
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Chris, as much as I'm in love with my son, we all know about being in love, and you're in love now. And tell me about this, Chris.
Oh, I can't talk about it right now. And who says I'm in love?
Well, you know what? When you logged in, you had a effervescence about you. Am I right?
What'd you call me? Hey, let's Serbian Nights. Look at this.
Back to some more Serbian nights. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah. Rob, did I tell you about the Dabbleverse?
No.
Well, you know who Stuttering John is?
Oh, yes, you did tell me about this. Very fun.
It's just unbelievable. Right now, they're playing tapes of him saying stuff. I don't even want to talk about it, but it's your show. Go ahead.
Chris, you've worked with Stuttering John, who's a celebrity.
I did a couple of shows with Tony and Tina's wedding, and I was on the Howard Stern show a couple of times and met John up there. And, he is basically what he is like on the radio, kind of rude and arrogant. And he even asked me, he goes, was I rude to you? And I said, yeah, you were rude to me. Like after I met him, I told him, I was up in the Stern show a few times. And he goes, did you meet me? Was I rude to you? I'm like, yeah, you were kind of a dick. And he laughed. He wanted to. That was his, for some reason he wanted to be like that.
That's what he likes to do, Chris. And I think he fakes a stutter. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but now he does a podcast, and about 4 different podcast shows rerun his show.
It's really funny.
And make fun of him, and they make more money than he makes. And he just quit today. He's going to
stop doing his podcast.
Yeah. But he said that, a few other times, and after a week, a couple of days, a month, he came back.
I should dress up as him and just go on and do his show as him. A lot of talent.
Well, right now they're having DabbleCon, and it's all the shows are getting together up in Rochester, New York, and they're going to play these tapes that were recorded under, he was talking to somebody, and the other person recorded him saying like really bad stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So
don't say it.
Say it?
No.
Oh, no. Just stuff about, certain use of things and family, just bad stuff that he said. And they're going to play it, and he's freaking out.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What's he from, Long Island?
He is. He is. Was on a Stern show for a long time, and then went on Tonight Show, and
he blew it, man.
Even he blew it.
Chris, he blew it. He stabbed Howard in the back, didn't he?
Yeah. He signed a contract with Jay Leno before he told Howard he was leaving. Incredible. And that's why Howard, that and a few other reasons, I'm sure. There's episodes on YouTube of Howard saying, John, I know what you're up to. I know this, you're making deals behind my back and blah, blah, blah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And that was a big faux pas with Howard,
Yeah, he didn't like that.
No.
He would help you if he could.
Yeah, I mean, he got John an agent. He got Don Buchwald. I mean, the biggest agent on earth. And he ruined that relationship.
I mean, Don Buchwald was so big, he would go to like the Four Seasons.
Yes. Hotel.
All right. I have a whole list of things, Chris. I'm glad we're just getting warmed up here.
This is awesome. Are you eating? I'm going to duck down and take a bite of some. So I don't like the show.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a second. Say it again.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. Chris.
Look you.
Rob,
Chris, we just doubled again. We got 4 viewers.
There we go. Welcome, everybody.
Nice. Yes.
I'm glad everybody made it. Since we just doubled our viewership, if you're just tuning in. We're lucky I'm here tonight, Chris.
Yeah.
I had to go under the knife.
Wow.
About 10 days ago.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't even bring it up. Tell us. Fill us in.
I was laying there, Chris, just thinking to myself, man, I really need to subscribe to the CDP network on YouTube, right? Just sitting there.
You want me to take it down?
No. Wait, what? Take what down? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I need to sign on to this CDP network. I want to subscribe. I want to be
please
a sub. Okay. Because anything you do, Chris, I want to be under it. Let's face it.
Really?
Yeah, sub.
You are currently you are under it right now.
I'm trying.
Is it
And all-
bothering you to scroll? The scroll bother you?
No, not at all. I didn't even know there was a scroll.
Oh, really?
All of a sudden, Chris.
Same old Rob. Yes, all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, Chris. It's so weird being sick. And if you've ever had an appendicitis, please call in. Can people call in?
Yeah. I'll put the link out there.
Yeah,
I'll invite them.
Call we want to hear from you. Trust me. We want to. Am I right, Chris?
Yes, you're right. In fact, hold on. I'll put it in the comments on YouTube, so you could do that.
Yep.
But we do have a special guest.
Oh, let's go.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm born ready. You crazy?
It's Evs. EVZ. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen.
All right.
What a get.
Am I live?
Yes,
You're
you
live?
are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And boy, let me tell you something, man.
Let me tell you something.
I miss you so much.
I miss you too, buddy.
I really do. And everybody knows it's an EVZ in the house. And I'm not going to lie to you, Chris. Me and this guy kept ourselves barely afloat.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't around, Chris, in, 2010, 2011. Me and Eric would walk across a bleak, lonely parking lot and then have some delicious Chinese food. Don't get me wrong, or a Five Guys.
Wow.
Oh, there he is. Look at the light on him. Look how handsome he is, bro.
Stop. Oh, stop.
Strikingly.
I can't even. No, and he's so, he doesn't try to do anything special. Both of you guys with the white T-shirt. I love it. Showing me up. I feel like I'm playing a 1-on-2 versus Mormons.
I can't tell if you're going for the butcher from Gangs of New York look, or if you're the lost third cousin on Duck Dynasty.
Good ones.
Yeah, those are very good. I'm just trying to do whatever I can, Eric. I'll be honest with you.
Please be honest.
Man. I had to jump on. I'm listening to the story about you going onto the knife, and I'm like, I can't believe I didn't know about this.
Eric, you know what? I saw the light. I did, and
What color was it?
It was very bright, Eric. It was
Not
very,
like Eric.
very.
Unlike Eric.
It was like it was like an aura, like the light was coming.
Like a blue one.
Like, no, it was like the brightest light emanating out of the brightest light you've ever seen.
Wait.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. No, I will tell you guys a funny joke now, and I'll tell the whole world. So I'm dying all night.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dying, dude. I'm dying all night, and then I can't take the pain anymore. And I look up the symptoms, and 100% it's my appendix.
Oh no, are you serious?
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. It's my appendix. Yeah, that's what I saw, Chris. And Holly knew at like 7 p.m.
And what time did you finally listen?
2 a.m.
Well,
Holly knew. Holly was like, "Listen, we got to go to the hospital. You don't look good." And I was like, "No, I'm all right." All right, completely naked in the living room, just drenched in sweat.
Oh God,
dying. And I'm like, "Listen, as soon as I go to the bathroom, I'm gonna be fine." That's how I felt, right?
Dude, this sounds exactly like Pablo's story about when he had the stroke. I mean, like verbatim.
Well, that's what I started worrying about. You know what I mean? Because every story you hear is like it's always on like the toilet and somebody strokes out.
I'll be fine. I just need to lay down for a little bit. Or
So I look up the symptoms. You can't call him P. Diddy anymore either, Pablo. Do you have a new nickname for him?
Diddy Pop.
I like that. So I put my
I can't call
symptoms
P.
in.
Diddy.
110% appendicitis.
Oh my God.
So now it's 2 a.m. I am smart enough, even in this state that I'm in.
To know
We
you're
roll up
gonna
to the
die.
emergency room, and I tell Holly, just pull up to the curb and go get a wheelchair.
Mm.
And I just fell into the wheelchair. I'm in so much pain.
Oh my God.
They wheel me in. Bing, bang, boom, ding, dang, dong. Finally, it's like, yes, it's an appendicitis. It's got to come out. I was like, let's go. They go to take it out, and you guys know me a long time. One thing I love, there's
Is your
never enough.
appendix?
I did love it, but there's one thing there's never not a great time to tell a joke.
Oh my God.
There's always time for humor.
In every situation, I agree.
In any and all situations, and I love timing. So I know I'm about to get put under. You know what I mean, with the anesthesia. Which, have you guys ever been put under? It's really good. You know.
No.
It's hey, Charlie just walked in.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm on the operating table, Chris. They bring me into the room. They put me onto the operating table. They start gassing me up. They start to give me the intravenous.
And
I say to the room, I go, listen, everybody in this room's about to see me naked in about 10 seconds. Let me tell you, I just got done with a very cold swim. Without that, I start to go out, and the delayed reaction, they start to burst out in laughter.
That's the last thing you remember.
That's the last thing I remember. They're all dying laughing.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
How quick were you in the operating room from the time you got into the emergency room?
I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. 20
Please.
hours, soup to nuts, in the surgery, home.
Wow.
Not bad.
Oh, put that up. That's hilarious.
I like that. You saw that thumb go
Oh,
up,
you put the thumb up. Yeah.
20 hours, dude. Oh,
look at that. He's amazing.
Did you see this woman in the Olympics with the breakdancing?
Yeah, I saw some of it.
She's going to be in trouble now. Have you heard?
No.
Leave the poor lady alone, man.
Okay. So she rigged the whole thing from Australia
to get into the Olympics.
To be the finalist. She was the only person.
Her husband rigged it.
Her husband picks the person. And you know what I don't like? And I'm going to say this to my audience, and I know I'm getting old, Eric, but that's some hipster bullshit right there. That's some hipster meanness to go make fun of breakdancing in the Olympics.
Or one of the funniest pranks of all time.
But also totally effing hilarious.
I mean, everyone's talking about it. I'm at physical therapy for my knee, and one of the other patients is talking about it. It's talking about doing the bunny hop. And I said, no, I think that was the kangaroo.
It was the kangaroo.
Bunny hop, you got to do the ears. She did the...
Wow, you guys into it.
Dude, Eric was breakdancing in '84.
I was trying. I could never get the windmill. And to me, that's like the back in the day.
Yeah.
If you could do the
windmill or you couldn't. And if you couldn't windmill, you weren't breakdancing. But I could like pop and lock, you know. I could do the robot. I still get down.
Eric was hip, dude.
Nah.
I've known Eric for so long. The guy, every time I see him, he's a little better looking.
He looks
and
fantastic.
A little closer to the grave.
Regardless.
Rob, you should have seen him a year ago, the way he looked.
Really?
I was
night and day.
I was 25 pounds heavier, I think.
And long hair.
And yeah, well, you saw my long hair.
It was long.
Are you back into the jujitsu, Eric?
I have been back in September. It'll be a year. In September, it'll be a year.
Okay.
So I have been back. It's been good for me. Not.
You feel good? You feel
I feel good. I feel limber. The only thing that hasn't been good to is my knees. I got a
Well, tell me about your
possible.
knee. What's up
I
with
got
your
a
knee? You gonna get it replaced?
Well, I think it's just the meniscus.
What you call me?
The meniscus.
Huh.
I think it's Yiddish.
Dude, do you ever go out and walk around the lake? I don't see you ever.
Nah, but I go and play pickleball in the park.
Do you?
Yeah, I try.
Really? Do you really play pickleball?
Me and Genesis.
No kidding.
Genesis has vastly improved over. It's been a year. We started playing last summer.
That means
You
she's
guys still hear me or
consistently
no?
beating you.
Yeah,
I got a special guest right now.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Good to see you. How you doing? You doing? You
When-
getting ready to get out of
Yeah,
town?
when did you leave
yeah.
for school?
Like,
September 3rd.
Yeah.
We drop her off, Chris.
Oh, okay. All right. So not too soon.
Is that wild or what?
That's so good. It is, but what a great thing. I mean, she's got to go. She's got to go, and that's a great place to go. I love the pictures I seen of that place,
It looks like
just-
a beautiful school.
and it
Yeah.
looked like you were having a blast too, Charlie. So
oh yeah.
yeah.
They have a helipad.
She's gonna learn how to fly a helicopter. This girl could do anything. This is the greatest girl ever from Jersey City, ever.
Is the helipad
Thank
for
you.
parents to bring
They will.
their kids to school?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that the reason why?
Yeah. It's nice, man. Listen, she went to school this summer. She met friends from Brazil
And
and
people from all over the world go there.
yeah.
Germany.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what he's trying to say, Eric.
Friends from Germany, friends from Italia.
Washington.
Italia, that's right, Genesis.
Look at that. Hi, Genesis. Oh, this is so cool.
Look how great Genesis
Hi,
is.
Charlie.
Oh my
Eric's
God.
beautiful wife, Genesis.
Beautiful Genesis. We've invited. Listen, I know it hasn't gotten back to you, but I've invited Eric so many times. Please, let's get together and yada yada. I'm not here to dump all over Eric, but
Eric doesn't read his messages. Don't you guys know?
She's off she's off the broadcast.
Eric,
That's it. Wow.
Yeah. That's it.
I miss him so much. You know what it is? I got to spend every day with Eric for
Yeah.
how many years, bro?
Yeah.
We were there for
Oh, 10 years.
more.
You know, it was so funny too, Chris, because we were in the same like space sort of.
Yeah.
So Eric and I would literally hang out every day, all day, have lunch together, talk during the day, every day, talk at night, every day. The last day of school would come, it would be like nothing else. We'd have lunch. We wouldn't be like, all right, see you later. Nothing. We wouldn't talk all
see each
summer.
other for 2 months.
Yeah, I swear to God. There'd be not even a text because both of us just didn't want to think about work.
Uh,
And then school would roll around, and that's it. We would just go to lunch. But
Pick right back up.
as much as I love him, though, and vice versa, we
Uh-huh.
both so much just didn't want to even think about work. That summer would come, and that's it.
I'm just thinking about how bad our diets were. We were eating fast food every single day
Yeah,
for 10 months.
it was. You going?
Yeah.
All right, Charlie's gonna
Charlie's
Bye.
look great,
Awesome to
Charlie.
see you,
Take care.
Charlie.
Good luck, honey. I'll see you soon.
go. She's incredible.
Are you having a little going away thing or no?
Well, we had a graduation party. That's not enough.
Yes, she did. That was good enough. A great party too.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be a little going away something.
Eric lives feet away from me, and I haven't seen him all summer.
No, I don't blame him because it's work.
I don't blame him.
Works out. right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
You know,
No, completely
Eric
right.
enjoys his summer, man.
I figure everyone's got a lot going on, and you know, so do I.
Remember how nice Bill's work is, Eric? Look at that.
Yeah, beautiful. Ah, and he just keeps going, so he's just getting better and
Really?
better. Yeah, every time he shows me his new work, I'm like, oh my god, this is.
What's he working on now? Is he still doing like architectural stuff, or
Do you think if I don't talk to you during the summer, you think I talk to him?
no? But
After
like, what have you seen lately of his?
the last thing I think I saw, oh god, I'm gonna mess this up too. But for a while there, he was doing like hallway, like paintings of different hallways around like his building because he lives in one of these old buildings in Manhattan. I think was like, I think a train went through it at one point. You know,
Oh,
it was like one of
wow,
those.
yeah, for sure.
And then he was doing doors, like just these fantastic, like incredible paintings. You know,
He's amazing.
he is. He is very talented. Very talented. Well, you know, it's work. It's the hard work. You know.
He puts the time in. Remember how
Yeah.
upset he got when I questioned the legitimacy of any painting after I saw about
With
the camera
camera
obscura.
obscura.
Oh, the great. You know what's funny, Chris, is like I don't mean well, sometimes I do. But whether I mean it or not, sometimes I can be very annoying. But it's like I can be annoying on so many different levels. Because who would think I would annoy somebody over the camera obscura? And that's why I love my relationship with Bill. I'm like, basically, they're just tracing.
Yeah, but then you got to add, you know, a lot to the image you just traced. You know, a tracing's very flat.
Listen, no doubt about it. And
You
listen,
gotta-
and also listen, if it was so easy, why didn't everybody do it?
Good point.
Well, you know, I think, yeah. I think at one point you had to be lucky enough to have the free time to devote to the arts. You know?
Bro, well,
Still, you know.
absolutely. And listen, I'm going to say something about Eric too. At one time, probably one of the top 50 woodcut artists in the Northeast.
No, not even. But my teacher, my professor that I
That's only because it's
college was one of the best in the world. I was I don't know.
He's very good. Have you seen his woodcut?
Serviceable.
I have, and it's mind-boggling.
I can't even figure it out because he cuts in a negative of what he wants. I don't know. Everything he does is amazing.
So what he does, he takes wood, he carves a scene into the wood,
Yeah,
and then
linoleum, but
puts ink on it, right? And then
Yeah.
flips it over on a piece of.
It's the oldest way of like reproducing an image over and over. You know, we
so
wouldn't
Eric,
have-
you're saying people were making lithographs way back when?
Oh, this was even before. I mean, we wouldn't have books
Before way back when.
the way we have them without woodcuts. You know, I mean, books had to be all hand done at one point, hand painted, hand leathered. But you know, with block printing now, you could just keep printing them. You know,
You're listening to Meyerville live right here on Facebook. Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
He had to do that legally every on the hour.
I miss WHIT, man. Like Eric, if you listen to the old WHIT shows.
I tell you, Eric used to step up. He used to come on the show. I know
he's
probably.
it would be so funny because when you look at those shows and it's like me and Eric are just like barely hanging on. We're like dead on the inside. And we'd come on to these shows and it would seem like we were so full of humor and life.
Well, that's the only way. That's the only, you know, talking about being on the right before you go out. You're you know, putting some humor out there.
Oh, it's
really
so
the
much
only way.
fun, man.
I mean, like if you don't laugh
Hello.
at life, you know, it'll make you cry.
You gotta laugh. Chris has somebody on the phone.
Uh-oh. Do you have to do another
Who do you got, Chris?
sponsor?
You're listening to Meyerville.
Yes.
Facebook.
This is somebody that we all know talking to me right now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm holding on.
Can you patch him in, Chris?
Hello. Kathy? It's my cousin Kathy.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
cousin Kathy.
She's that's hilarious. She's with Frank Jansen
Sounds like
at a
someone
Van
playing
Halen. You at a
flute.
Van Halen concert?
Wow.
Yes. It's so ironic, I guess, or coincidental. But Kathy, I'll see you Saturday. I can't wait. All right, honey.
Might as well jump.
Have fun.
Frank Jansen.
Hi,
Everybody.
Frank. The great Frank Jansen. Did a voiceover on Gavon's Produce.
Are they
Oh,
really?
hey, listen. What? And be honest with me. I don't want to talk about dirty laundry on the air.
It's all right. I'll talk about it.
All right.
I've talked about it before.
Am I off the show?
You know,
No.
no, of course not. Of course not.
It's an organic thing, Rob. I mean, it
You're so good on it, Eric.
you ebb, you float. No. Did you? I just watched what Chris put on or uploaded or put out on the stream recently, and it was the scene with Santa Claus doing a hit.
Yo.
I was like, dude, did you get a new camera or something? That looks great. And honestly, I didn't even know it was Chris. What his acting was so good in that scene. At first I asked Genesis, is that Chris? Because it was just I was
What
impressed.
scene?
Chris, you think I break your chops?
I wasn't in that scene.
But
Wait, then who's the guy? I told you I'm gonna.
That's Paulie Bruno.
Oh, I take back everything. I'm sorry.
Oh my, yeah, good. That was a nice compliment for Paulie. It was a great scene with him pointing the gun right at the camera, and I'm laying on the ground with the camera pointing up, and the sky behind him looks really this cool color.
I thought you stepped it up, and it.
No,
looked
it's
great.
Paulie.
the show is epic, and I'll tell you, being at the Lowe's in Jersey City, all watching it together,
The Golden Door International Film Festival
was just so much fun. Charlie loved being in the show.
A young Charlie Meyer.
A young Charlie Meyer, yeah. I really loved being in the show until I messed up. But
Nobody messed up. Nobody. The COVID hit, and then I did an episode by myself during COVID. No
Incredible.
one was around,
incredible.
and
The Times Square shot, bro.
Liar, we were there.
it was awesome that night, man. I had all the time in the world, Times Square to myself, basically.
Incredible, right?
Yeah, I know how to do something. But we're gonna come back. In fact, I told you what the next scene for me is. We just gotta get onto it. I already filmed something with John Capodici. He did a scene for me. I have a scene with Silvana and Anna, the new girl who's in it. I don't know if you noticed Anna, great actress.
Sure.
Yes. She plays Liliana, and the great Artie Pasquale. And they got to bring back Eric. Eric is supposed to be in that scene too. He's supposed to be punching me in the face, Eric. It's a Reservoir Doggish
I know.
scene.
I'm
And then you come and save me, Rob.
I'm expanding my character.
Eric,
Yeah.
is so good in Gabons.
Genesis says I curse too much.
Everybody does. You're right, Genesis. And Genesis is a great cinematographer.
Oh, big time.
Oh my God, that one episode she shot a lot of those scenes.
She almost filmed us getting into an accident with a van.
It happens sometimes.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
Yeah.
You gotta do what
Yeah,
you
you
gotta.
ever see a gorilla try to make a movie?
Well, I have gorilla-like
It,
qualities, I
it
think.
could be good. Could you imagine? That should be a future project. You know.
Chris, you know what has happened since
FP.
since the last time we've done the show, and I didn't expect this to happen. Man, do I love the Grateful Dead.
You didn't before?
No, I was never into them. Listen, if you're on that side of Burger Line, except for Mark Jameson, there's no Grateful Dead. Maybe on the east side of Burger Line, west side of Burger Line, it's just not happening over there. Even like the Caneos and them, they weren't into the Grateful Dead.
I tried a little bit. I tried, Rob. I tried to kind of preach it, but
You know what? But now I totally get it. There's no even want to talk somebody into it.
no, it's good music.
It needs to happen.
It's good music, and good music's good music. You
And
know,
the community. You know, and really, you
The
need to go
fashion.
see it live, dude. If you don't see it live, you have no idea what anybody's talking about. Even Dead and Company. I went down to Camden, and it was just like magic, Chris. And that's it. It was over. I didn't go to the Sphere, unfortunately. Two kids away to school. Next year, though, you know?
Yeah. No, I went to my share of Grateful Dead concerts, and
Eric saw Jerry over 100 times. Is that right, Eric?
I don't think quite that much. I really don't. I'd say a couple dozen wouldn't be a stretch. I don't know.
You saw him every time in Giant Stadium and Madison Square Garden. That was probably like 14 right there.
And then maybe not a couple dozen even. Definitely close to 20. I mean, you know, because I've seen them a bunch of other places too, but I don't know.
How far did you? Oh, you went around the country. Who is that? Oh,
I saw
Jerry.
them out in California, in Washington State, in Oregon, in Vegas.
Wow.
Did you see him at the Garden?
Highgate. What is that? Vermont. That was one of the like big festivals they did towards the end. Even I saw up until the last show. I didn't go to Washington D.C. I think that might have been the last show of that tour. I can't
Chicago.
remember. And the day he died, I went and saw Bobby play down in New Hampshire.
Wow.
New Hampshire.
Oh, some people on Instagram are watching.
Really?
Yeah, Billy Hogan, Catherine Miguel Vega.
Let's go.
Mike Higgins, ask how you guys doing.
What's up, Mike? I can't tell the story on the air, Chris, but I'll tell you later about Mikey.
Please, I'll tell you Higgins stories for years. The whole family.
That was
the best time. Best time.
Throw that out there. You got to kind of hint
that was some house he lived in across from Memorial. It looked like it was like an old Shakespearean house.
Yeah, right. You had like a pointy, and and right across the street, man.
He had a great basement, and then Mike Higgins had the greatest laugh of all time, Chris.
Yep. Probably still does.
Instigator. He would start like if you were pissed off, and then Mikey would start laughing. Oh my God, man! He would get everybody else going. Jeez, Louis, I miss him so much.
Great West New York family, boy.
The best.
Oh.
So what's Meyerville up to these days?
I'm back. Listen,
the band's back.
Very much like about 5 years ago, if you remember, everybody was getting big into the kombucha. You know?
I like kombucha.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, now because it's all flavored and stuff. Back then, you just
got more sugar than Coca-Cola.
Right. This is true, right? But the whole idea is to let it ferment. And I started thinking, I too just let the show,
Ferment.
just let it. Don't do nothing. Don't we try to do too much finagling. So I'm like, don't do anything. Just let it ferment. Come back in 5 years. Let's see
After
where
it's
you're at.
fermented even more.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know when it's fermented enough?
I'm not going to lie to you. I feel pretty fermented.
You look fermented.
I don't know how much more fermented I can get, Chris. I'm not going to lie to you.
Again, don't lie. Whatever you do.
Sorry.
Eric, do you have a dog, Eric?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a dog?
Where'd you see that?
No, I'm just asking.
No. No pets.
Now, you and Chris live blocks away,
In the same building complex.
and you've hung out how many times in the last year?
0 times.
Oh, a few times. Oh, I see him at school. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
this summer, I bumped into him early in the summer, him and Genesis.
Yeah.
And
It's quality,
I'll get him. Maybe tomorrow I'll see him. Are you around tomorrow, Eric?
We're
You
going
guys are
we're going to a
so-
concert tomorrow.
What are you
in,
going to see?
in the city in
Rusted Root?
no, what's the name of
Forest Hills.
in Forest Hills, which is a really cool
Great place.
part of Queen. Yeah, it's really interesting. It reminds me of like Europe. You
I
feel
saw
like
the
you're in a
K-Rock. It
European-
looks like Mikey Higgins' house across from Memorial. I saw the K-Rock Dysfunctional Family Picnic there in 1997. And what a lineup. It was like Bush, Foo Fighters, Gin Blossoms.
I'm still waiting for one to be like, yeah.
No, I know, but when you see the whole Blur,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it was Blur was there.
You know what's funny? You always hear stories about Blur and Oasis not really getting along, like they were kind of rival bands at one point or something, but both great bands.
If you had to pick one,
If I had to pick one, I don't really know that much about Blur, and
I like Blur.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's the same guy that does the Gorillaz.
That's right.
Very talented. And I really don't know too much about Oasis, but I know, in their minds and many other people's minds, they were the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
If you believe it, it might be true.
I think they believed it wholeheartedly.
Well, one, yes, and then the brothers would fight each other.
Yeah, well, that's how rock and roll they are. They still, I don't know if they talk to this day.
Eric and I were rock and roll teachers, I'd say.
Yeah. I had a run-in with one of the brothers in Oasis.
No kidding.
Really?
Yes.
Where was
I was
this?
at the Three of Cups restaurant where we did Ross Van Leuven.
No way.
And they were doing an after party. They were at the Black Crows after party, which was in that same basement.
No shit.
Yeah. So my buddy who owned the restaurant asked me to be a bouncer or just
Anthony.
security there for the night. And I just stayed at the top of the steps. So I wasn't even at the party. I was at the top of the steps hearing the party. And then all of a sudden he comes up, the younger brother, and with the manager, and they're
The leader
arguing.
or the guitar player?
No, the lead singer, Liam, or
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
was
No.
and
Noel.
and
Noel.
Noel, and he's arguing with his manager or something, and he says, "I'm going to hit that guy in the face with a glass."
Maybe.
And yeah, and I
And he
said,
did it.
"No." Well, I said, "No, you can't. You can't hit anybody in the face with a glass. I'm sorry."
Come
And the
on.
manager turned and looked at me and said, "Please don't say a word to him. Don't talk to him. Don't." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I kind of like said, "Yeah, I know what's going on. Pretty soon I'm going to get hit in the face with a glass."
I think he was renowned for hitting people in the face with glasses.
Really?
And other yeah, he was. Yeah,
So, yeah.
he would scrap. Oh Jesus! Look at that hair.
It's that time of the night, Chris. We're believe it or not, we're an hour in
All right.
with that.
Yeah. I would say a solid hour, at the beginning. But whenever you want to wrap it up, it's up to you.
Yeah. No, it's been an hour, and I don't like going.
Eric?
I'm just a guest.
Yeah, always. Listen, keep an eye out for Gabones. Thank God. I was really nervous to bring it up, Chris. So
I'm sorry that you even felt that way, man. I would never want to put you in that situation. I
Well-
apologize, man. I feel like a fool.
no, are you crazy? You know what
No.
it is? Well, listen, I trust maybe in this universe my time had been done, and you know I understood that, so I didn't want to.
And that's hard to bring up. That's
No,
hard to
even
bring up
Jonas,
to
even
the-
Jonas brought it up to me, and you know, a lot of people ask about it. I just ran into Michael Hennessy and Michael Ciccarelli, and they expressed interest in coming back. So, you know, why not? Why not? It just got a little bit too crazy there, and then COVID came, and then I just put a halt on everything. You know,
the budget.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a little song, Chris.
Tilt down. I want to see you play.
You want to see the guitar too?
Yeah.
Then I can't read the phone, but that's all right. I'll do it.
I might.
Also, I want to see a great band, Chris. Strangers Stopping Strangers.
They're playing at the White Eagle.
Oh yeah, they will. They will be. We're going to do
Really?
a whole show based upon them. That's right. Anyway, we're going to play you out with this. This is a little song I wrote this. Just thinking about you and Eric and everything that we've been through together.
And you wrote it this afternoon? Wow.
I wrote it this afternoon, yeah. And we'll play out to this. Thanks for tuning in to Meyerville.
What's it called?
I don't know. Maybe like Stay for a While.
Nice.
Something like that, you know? I said maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly. Don't forget to tune into Chris at the office every Tuesday.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Maybe I just wanna fly, Chris. Wanna live, don't wanna die. Maybe I just want to breathe. Maybe I just don't believe you're the same as me.
Throw a glass right at your face.
Live forever.
That's good. They had good songs, man. Good songs.
You listen. I can't take it away from them.
Rock and roll. Yeah. Really. It just, you know, some bands, it takes you a while to appreciate it, you know, and
You know what I like
Yeah.
about Eric? He's never too cool to be like, you know what? I'm sorry. That's good. I've always loved that about him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be his taste but it's always, I've always loved that about Eric. And I think he gives his friends the confidence to feel confident to like what they like.
I like Neil Diamond. I'm not afraid to say it. And I
Oh,
Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in to Meyerville, everybody. Right here, Facebook. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, there you go. Music. Don't forget to catch Lean in Philadelphia for their
that was it. Bye, Eric. What the
Eric Bound. I figured he would stay around to the end.
Unbelievable.
Chris, I was like, can we fill an hour up? And here we are, an hour and 15 minutes into it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to apologize to the entire audience. I promise you I will be working out. I will be doing something I'm going to fix all this. I know it's not what we're used to seeing.
I think you look healthy. And congratulations getting through your appendicitis.
Thank you very much. No, I feel robust. Robust Robert. But thank you for tuning in to Meyerville. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Rob.
I hope you enjoyed the experiment, the fermentation period. I think we came back strong after 5 years. And tune in next week because Chris is building a network here. And if you should really think about subscribing to the CDP network on YouTube.
Yes, I'm in negotiations right now with Holly. We're trying to get Holly's house on a podcast on the network.
Imagine how great that would be if she just had like her friend. It would really be great.
Yes.
Holly's house. It needs a jingle. If you have the right jingle,
Yeah.
you know, like that's how Pacino always did it. Always just had a great jingle.
I'll be sending an offer sheet over to Todd also. Todd's Pod.
A podcast.
Todd. You're better than me. I'm
Guys.
sorry.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yes, Charlie. I'll be asking you to do your own show. Charlie on the Road.
Oh yeah.
Wait. I'm
Yeah.
doing my own show?
Yep.
Yes, every Sunday from 2 to 9 p.m. Don't
Charlie,
worry about it. You can do
coming out.
it. I would definitely do it. We should do one, though. Why not?
At least every definitely a catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be great.
Yeah, I do it, Chris. I miss you, though.
I miss you too, always, honey. I'm so happy that you're in my life.
Oh, thank you. I love you.
Love you too. I'm going to send you all the movies that you've done so you could show your friends up in college.
Oh, that's a good
Okay.
idea.
High school, I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you.
She has friends all over
Bye,
the
honey.
world now, Chris.
I know.
But there's no matter where in the world you go, Chris, there's no better place than Meyerville.
No. Exit 13, I heard.
All right, bud.
All right.
We will see you next week. Is that true?
That's true. Every Thursday, 8 o'clock sounds good.
Yeah.
You want to do it later?
No, I like
All
it.
right.
All right.
All right, Bubba.
If I don't see
Signing
you-
out. I'll see you backstage. Goodbye.